I'm feeling nervous about today's shoot. Honestly, I don't know what to expect. Like, this is somebody's loved one. Yeah. So. So, Nicole, what will we be doing today?
We will undress the body, prep the body. Then we will do the embalming, showering, dress up. Then after that, we'll do the makeup. Yeah.
Okay. Usually, what condition do you receive the bodies in?
Sometimes they have discharge because their muscle actually lose control. So sometimes there will be feces, urine. There will be also discharge coming out from the mouth. So you just untie the knot.
And like open it?
Yeah, then you just open it. Okay. You ready? Okay. So we will need to continue to sanitize. Okay, so just sanitize. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, your glove don't touch your face, ah.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
So sanitize.
So yeah, you just sanitize.
The face is
Yeah. The most important part is like, the nose, the eyes and the lips. So we will need to spray it like that. So now we will need to undress him. How do you feel?
I think honestly, I was taken aback because I've never seen a lifeless body. And I wouldn't say I'm scared or like, it's not that. It's more of like my mind just went to like my loved ones.
Okay.
Like even in funerals and all, like I try not to look at the faces of people.
Okay.
Because I don't really want that to be the last memory I have of them. Is there a time frame in which the body needs to be embalmed?
Once the body is here, right, we will try our best to embalm on the same day itself. So usually for different death, you will need to use different kind of chemical. Because if let's say for jaundice, right, if you don't add in the chemical properly, right, it will actually turn green. Now while the chemical is mixing, right, you will need to do the incision. We will need to measure the hip bone towards the private area.
Yep.
And then it's here.
So there are only specific places where you can make
Yes,
incision.
correct. So not too deep.
So you're just cutting the fat layer.
Yes, correct. So now we will need to cut the artery to actually put in the cannula, the one that we use to inject the chemical.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna do the cutting.
Okay, yeah. Where do I cut?
So you just cut it here.
The whole thing is...
No, just cut a bit. Yeah, you just cut a bit. Okay. So now you need to clip this onto the cannula tube.
How old were you when you first did this?
The very first time when I see a body, I think I was 19. When I started embalming was about 20. I'm quite inspired by my sister-in-law.
Okay.
Because this is also a family business. My sister-in-law is at the embalming side. Then my brother is at the funeral directing side.
So this business was started by your brother?
Yeah. Initially, he didn't want to let me do.
Why not?
I think maybe he expected I will want to study kind.
Yeah.
But I'm quite a hands-on person. Yeah.
Is the age gap between you and your brother quite big?
Big. 9 years.
9 years?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why it's
Quite
big,
big,
protective lah.
Yeah, correct. And now you need to check
This one?
What happened here, right, is actually needle hole. Okay. So then it might start to be puffy because there's no place that the blood can exit from. We'll actually do a massage. Gently release the pressure. Now you can see the orange tint.
Yeah, it looks a bit orangey now.
Yeah, so this is how we actually see whether is there any chemical or not. So just be as gentle as possible.
This is out of respect for the
Yes,
deceased.
correct.
Okay. Have you ever come across comments that are not so nice about your job?
Yes, I have. I actually have one particular girlfriend. She actually said like, my mother asked me not to mix with you. I didn't expect that our friendship is so shallow. Yeah, so then after from that incident onwards, then we stopped contacting.
So to shave, was this a request from the family?
Yes. We have like quite a few different requests before lah. So we have families requesting for us to dye their hair, cut their hair. Sometimes we even cut nails and do manicure, pedicure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So in this line of work that you do, how do you manage your emotions?
I got this very bad habit. I like to put myself in the deceased, the shoe and think, why did he do this or why did he do that? Like, you know, what happened to him? Like a lot of whys in my mind lah, sometimes when I embalm.
But I mean, in the long run, it's not very healthy, right?
Yes. So that's why I tell myself like, you know, I can ask a lot of why to myself in the embalming room, but the moment I step out, right, whatever I'm feeling in the embalming room stays within the embalming room. Okay, so the diaper is here. So I'll lift him up, then after that, then you will just slot the diaper underneath. Okay?
Is there a reason why we are putting a diaper?
It's because we are afraid that there's discharge. You know, there are some discharge that cannot be removed. So we are like talking about like hard stool.
Okay.
You know, tie.
Wow, it's been years. I don't know, I forgot already.
For me, right, I cannot tie it on myself.
Uh-huh.
I can only tie on the deceased.
Really?
Yeah. Like, yeah, sometimes also my husband asks me, can you help me tie my hair? Can you lie down? I tie for you. You know, people feel that it's just a 1-2 hour thing, but actually it's not because we put in a lot of strength and we really have to be very focused. So it's like very mentally tiring also sometimes. So like my colleagues and all, they are actually like, hey, okay lah, come on, let's go and eat, you know, things like that. So we have each other as a support lah. Yeah. Last month, my daughter's birthday. Because I was stuck at work, so I didn't manage to like go back home and celebrate with her.
You ever feel conflicted, like, why must I?
I was quite upset lah. Yeah, but then again, I have to tell myself like, you know, since I choose this industry, then like I don't have a choice lah. You know, people don't get to choose when they want to pass on. My mom and my kids and all, I'm sure they will understand more than anyone else. Yeah.
So your kids understand that?
My younger daughter, she is still not exactly like you know, understand quite well. But my elder one, which is Bella, she's 3 coming 4 this year. I asked her, I say, what do you want to be when you grow up? She tell me she want to be embalmer. I asked her, you sure or not? You not scared? Then she say no. Then I asked her why. She said, because I want to help mommy so mommy won't so tired.
Aiyo.
Yeah, so actually I think she quite understanding.
So it helps that you have a unit of people who are understanding.
Actually, I think my support system quite strong.
Have you ever thought about what if one day you have to embalm a loved one?
Yeah. I embalmed one of my hearse driver. He is like a second father to me. Before he passed on, right, 3+, he still bring me go McDonald's. He actually fetched me out with the hearse, which a bit unusual for him. He told me, you are in this line, you have to take good care of yourself, remember to eat on time. Like, he's trying to tell me all these things. Then after that, when he was unloading the casket into the burial plot, he actually had a heart attack. So he actually like passed on. When we bring him back to do the embalming, initially I didn't want to, because I'm afraid that, you know, I cannot handle my emotions well. Then my sister-in-law asked me, if you don't do it, then who will? Am I ready to trust him to someone else's hand or not? So then I told myself, I said like, I have to do it. So I did it. And then the moment when we are done, I step out of the embalming room. I break down. Must bring the body go where? Do what?
Embalm.
Then after embalming, must put where?
Coffin.
Then put in the coffin, then bring go to where?
Funeral.
Okay, then after.
Has your job influenced the way you live your life?
I still very childish, I think for me, like I really started growing up, right, is when I have a kid. Embalming is also a part where I start to grow. I take baby steps from embalming and all till wherever I am today. My mom, right, she have her fair share of nonsense from me lah when I was young, and I think I let her down enough. But now she's always happy, smiling, laughing and all, which I don't get to see all this in the past. So I believe like she should be very proud of wherever I am today, I hope lah.
So after this, the deceased will move into the coffin.
Yes, correct. Then we will send her back.
Okay. When I saw the deceased on the table, it just hit me like wow, this person seems so empty, you know, like it's really just a body, there's no life inside. But even this body is important for the family members to say goodbye. And that's what Nicole showed me today. Looking at the details, from like the makeup or the hair or the clothes, I could see how these little things matter to provide the deceased with a dignified farewell. I think you can only appreciate life when you have understood death.